Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Glo Up Journey and I'm a full-time digital marketer. Today's video is going to be a super easy and beginner-friendly tutorial on how I made thumbnails like these on Canva alone. Now, if you're anything like me, you've probably sat there and thought, oh my gosh, Photoshop just sounds like it's so technical. I'm going to need all kinds of equipment to even be able to use it. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a really easy way that you can start making your own YouTube thumbnails for free. So you're not gonna have to pay anyone. You don't need any experience, you don't need much skill. It's literally little to no effort. So it doesn't matter if you don't have a creative background, you're still gonna be able to make a beautiful high converting thumbnail with the method I'm about to show you today. For the tutorial that we're gonna be doing, you're gonna need a Canva account. Now, don't worry, you don't have to enter any card details, it's completely free. What you're gonna do is head to the first link down in my description and you're gonna click on it. You're going to sign up for your free Canva account. Now that you've created or you've logged into your Canva account, what we're going to go ahead and do is type in thumbnails, because this actually gives you the exact sizing that you're going to need. Again, it's going to do that for any template that you could possibly want. So whether it's Instagram logos, videos, Instagram posts, everything like that, you're going to be able to find the exact measurements that you're going to need. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and click on YouTube thumbnail. So as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of templates that we can actually work off. If you're not that artistically inclined, you can go ahead and pick any of these thumbnails. They have them in literally every niche. As you can see, there's like, I think this is like gaming, there's food, there's fitness, there's, you know, like vlogging, lifestyle, there's beauty. There's literally every kind of niche that you could possibly imagine. There's already templates on Canva for that on here. For the purpose of this video, we're going to start off with a blank thumbnail. I'm going to be showing you guys how I make a business niche thumbnail. But like I said, if there's any templates that you guys like on here, if there's anything that works for you already, you can go ahead and use that. Then you can swap out the text, you can maybe change the fonts or the colors, and that's about it. Just so you get a brief understanding of how Canva works, is the template section. So it's the pre-made YouTube thumbnails. This is the elements, so you'll be able to find like cute little graphic designs that you can go ahead and add. The uploads, that's where you're going to be able to post any of your pictures, any of your own media that you would like to add to your thumbnails or your designs. You can go ahead and grab from the upload section. In the photo section, you have the non-copyright images. So you can go ahead and search any niche, you're going to be able to find anything that you need. Right here is where you're going to find the text. So you find like different pre-made designs if you wanted like the certain font and style with the effects. They've already got a bunch. In the style section, they've actually got palettes that you can use to change up the colors and the fonts of your design. In the likes section, if there's any elements or any images that you really like, you can go ahead and just put a little heart on them and it saves them here for future use. Logos, if you happen to have any logos that you'd like to upload, it's just easy access to have them there as well. And the folders is basically just where you'll get any of the bookmarked or saved designs or templates. So yeah, I know most people typically start off with their background. I always like to upload like the centerpiece or the person that's going to be in the thumbnail, just so that I can make sure that all of the colors match up and everything like that. If you happen to have your own images, or if you're going to be using a picture of yourself in your thumbnails, you can go ahead and, like I said, you can add it to the uploads and then just drag and drop it straight into here. For my one, I'm going to just go ahead and search money. There we go. Now, I really like this one right here, but you're probably thinking there's a background on that one already. Don't worry, I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this one into here, and I'm going to show you guys how I remove the background through Canva itself. Now, on Canva, you can actually find some that already have the background removed, like this one here. Just so you guys can see the background a bit better, I'm going to change it to, let's say, gray. And we're going to click edit image, and we're going to go into background remover. Now, this literally takes a few seconds to load. It's one click and the background is completely gone. Just as a little tip, if you do happen to take your own thumbnail pictures of yourself or someone else, whatever it may be, make sure that you're doing it up against a clean background. So it doesn't matter if it's like black, white, grey or whatever. This just makes it easier for Canva to be able to detect what it needs to cut out. The only reason why I'm moving him to the corner so much is because I want to make sure that there's enough space for my text. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and remove the background. Now we can actually choose a nice background for this image. Just some advice when you're picking out the background, if you want to put like text by itself over it without any blocks, make sure that it's a solid background. So something like this would work perfectly because you can put text directly onto it for a nice amount of contrast, especially if it's like a white text. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick a background. I'm feeling a green background background actually. So we're going to type in green background. I'm going to go ahead and add this one. And now we're going to bring it to the back. So I'm going to click position and bring it backward. For the video of the thumbnail that I'm making today, is called how to make money online. What I'm going to do, I've already kind of got a vision in my head for how I want this to look. So I'm going to add like a laptop maybe with some stats somewhere and just text saying maybe like make 500 per day online or something like that. So yeah, just bear with me. We're going to bring my vision to life. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in a frame. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to type in laptop frame. You can actually get mobile phone frames, laptop frames and stuff like that. All of the frames have like this little image in the middle, so you know which one it is. You can get like heart-shaped ones and stuff like that. So if you put an image in there, it comes out perfectly. I'm going to put in some stats with like money on there, which I should have in my upload section. So we're going to, perfect. We've got ClickBank stats right there. You're going to drag and drop it, and then you're going to double tap, increase it and fit it to screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag it down and move it. Perfect. So as you can see, it fits perfectly into the laptop. I'm going to add a drop shadow or maybe an outline just to highlight the man holding the money. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to duplicate this man right here. I'm going to copy and then I'm going to paste. Okay, so with this second layer that I've just got on top is the one that I'm going to edit, and I'm going to add Duotone to it. You can literally pick any one you want. It doesn't make any difference. What you're going to do is you're going to click the edit and you're going to change the highlight and the shadow to white. What this means now is that you've got a perfect white outline, which you can just increase in size. We're going to go ahead and position that backwards, and we're going to just kind of drag it into place. So now we've got a nice little white highlight underneath him. We can go ahead and add the text. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just stretch it out all the way across and then drag it upward, and then I'm going to turn it black and position it to the back. We're going to go ahead and go into the text now and add a subheading for this video so I can show you guys the different types of fonts. As you can see, we've got all of these fonts right here. This is one that I use a lot. If you're doing like business niche ones, this one's a really good one. I really like Anton, I hope I'm saying this correctly, Archivo Black as well is a really nice font. And this one, as you can see, you can actually also upload a font. So if you've got any fonts that you really like, you can go ahead and download them. But yeah, up here you have all of the fonts, so you can see like the heading, bold font. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it to the back just because I don't want anything overlapping. So yeah, I'm gonna bring it to the back and then forwards. One, there we go. And then the effects, I'm gonna add a little shadow. So with the effects you can kind of play around. I'll typically just add like a little drop shadow and increase the offset just to make it look a little bit more 3D. The beauty of using Canva is that it also gives you these guidelines. So all of these lines that you're seeing, it means that it's exactly in the middle of, you know, the square in the middle of the actual page. I'm gonna go ahead and move it up though, just because I don't want it to overlap too much with the man's head. Just because I'm not a huge fan of how much space there is underneath, I'm gonna go ahead and bring that up. And then we can add in the figure, so 300. I'm gonna add this one because I really like the font on this. I'm gonna put in 325 and I'm gonna zoom that in. Cool. I'm gonna just slap that in the corner right here. Now with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and make it a very bright yellow. The reason why I'm using these colors as well, I'm keeping this kind of the same, is because they're all quite cohesive, like green, yellow, black and white. They do go very nice together. But yeah, just to make this stand out, we're gonna go back into effects and we're gonna add a lift. So as you can see, it's made like a really nice dark shadow underneath just to make it pop out. Per day. There we go. And we're gonna shrink it. So yeah, we're just gonna drag that to one side. And the effects, we can line that up. So we're gonna go ahead and align it so it's gonna be to one side, as you can see. And the spacing, I'm gonna just go ahead and shrink the line spacing so it all fits together perfectly. I'm gonna move that back into place and I'm gonna change it to white just because I want the 325 to stand out by itself. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into elements and add either an arrow or a circle. Arrows and circles really catch people's attention, so I do like to add those in my thumbnails. I'm gonna add an arrow for this one and see if there's any that I really like. So yeah, we're gonna go to graphics and we're gonna just pick an arrow. I like to find an arrow kind of based off the shape that I want it to fit in. So it's gonna go from here to here. As you can see, that doesn't fit too great. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it. Yeah, perfectly. And I'm just gonna tilt it so it's nice and neat. Perfect, there we go. So yeah, we can go ahead and change that into a pop out color. It fits in very nicely. I'm quite happy with this actually. So as you can see, we've now managed to go ahead and create an entire thumbnail from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the elements. For those of you who've actually decided to stay, I'm going to tell you the reasoning behind everything, just to give you an idea of what you should and shouldn't do for your thumbnails. As you can see, I've used a really high quality image to start off with. Whether it's, you know, an individual, if you're using a cartoon, whatever it may be, make sure that there's no like pixelated images. Make sure that it's very nice and crisp. I use the outline just to make it pop out even more. In terms of the background, I use something that has a little bit of texture just to make the whole picture kind of stand out. I typically go for like very solid, slightly darker colors or gradients, just so that any text that I put on top of it will stand out more, especially if I'm not using a black line like up here. Always make sure that the colors do go well together. So if you're looking at it, make sure that there's no like wacky colors on there, or if there's too many colors on the palette. Make sure that you're not using too many fonts in your thumbnails. So I'd say keep it a max of, let's say, 2 fonts that you're using. These two that you're seeing right here are completely different. So these two are the exact same and this one's completely different, but it's not something that you notice immediately. It all looks quite cohesive. And like I said, the little arrow is just like a little standout feature, just a pointer, like, you know, this is where you should be looking kind of thing. People's eyes are naturally drawn to it, which means that also increases the likelihood of people actually clicking on your thumbnail because they're curious, like, what does this arrow mean? Where's it pointing at? These little things are what are gonna make you stand out to everyone else's thumbnails. Just remember to keep a very distinctive style. Make sure that everything's cohesive and make sure that you're not using too much text. That's another thing that I nearly forgot. If you've got a whole bunch of letters on here, it's just very busy. Sometimes people forget that the simpler the better. Always, in every scenario, it's always better to just go for simple. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying like go and copy anyone's designs, but just take inspiration, see what other people are doing. Obviously, any video that's at the top of your search, clearly there's something about the thumbnail that has made people click on it. So see if you can find something in common with any of the thumbnails in your niche that are doing well, and just kind of model off that. But yeah, this is exactly how I make all of my thumbnails on Canva. I've made all of my own YouTube thumbnails. I've made a whole bunch of other people's thumbnails with this exact app. Like I said, I've never used Photoshop before. It's all been done on here. So make sure that you go ahead and sign up for Canva. Whether you're just making thumbnails, anything that you could possibly think of that is creative that you're going to need for business, you can do it all on Canva. So make sure you go ahead and start your account. Like I said, you can get the free account and you can continue to use a free account for as long as you want. It's going to have all the features that you could possibly need. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and sign up, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any more questions, make sure that you leave them down in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.